Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the CFTC chair, and she wants a two-pronged tier for crypto trading. One for retail investors and one for millionaires. Now, you might be thinking, oh, is this like the accredited investor, non-accredited investor thing? Are they taking away my chances to be rich? At first look, you would think that. But once you read into it, it's actually not that way. This is from Decrypt, but a lot of others are reporting on this too. I think I first saw this on Cointelegraph. But her ideas aren't all that bad. Now, I actually don't care what her regulations are for millionaires. They're going to be more loose. I only really care about their regulations for retail investors, which are the rest of us, because we're not millionaires. Well, I'm not a millionaire, and I'm guessing many of you aren't actually millionaires. Now, she said she wasn't seeking to cut off the average investor's access to the markets, which is good because the average investor should not be cut off on the markets. But her initial ideas are easy to understand disclosures, which is awesome because I think people do need easy to understand disclosures about how risky crypto is. As long as they're just disclosures, if you can put a check mark, you can just like invest in whatever coins are out there. And also limitations on leverage. You know what? I really like the idea of limitations on leverage. I mean, to hell with this only for retail, like average retail investors. Limitations on leverage should be put on like the millionaires too. Because if you don't give them limitations on leverage, like they're going to use that to completely manipulate the crypto market. Because millionaires that have 100 Bitcoin, they can leverage that 125 to 1, and now they're dealing with 12.5 thousand Bitcoins of leverage, and that can easily go manipulate a market up or down. So I think the limitations on leverage are just as important for the millionaires as the retail investors. But limitations on leverage should actually be throughout the entire crypto industry, whether you're a millionaire, an institution, or a retail investor. In fact, I wouldn't really mind it if they just destroyed leverage, like got rid of leverage altogether for both millionaires and retail investors and just got it down to spot trading. I think if it was just spot trading, I would be perfectly fine because that's really the only thing where you're actually dealing with real assets. When you're dealing with like derivatives, leverage, you're not dealing with real assets. You're dealing with some kind of derivative or like borrowing and loaning stuff that you don't actually have. So technically, I actually agree with the limitations on leverage. What I don't want is them actually saying that, millionaires can actually invest in XXX coins, all these coins, and then regular retail investors can only invest in this small pool of coins. I think there will be an uproar if that happens. Actually, there won't be an uproar. You know what's going to happen? If you do that, like the rest of us are just going to use DEXs and use VPNs to access those DEXs to get those assets anyways. So the thing is, like, you're not going to be able to stop like regular people from investing in those assets. Like a lot of us will just take the risk and forego your protection if we have to that way. So I think I don't think you should limit the number of assets that regular investors should actually invest in. But I do think limitation on leverage is a very, very good idea for all classes of investor. So basically, I do actually think her ideas are okay, like more disclosures for like basic retail investors or less rich retail investors and limitations on leverage. I do agree with that. Just don't limit our coins. That's what I'm actually saying right now. And by the way, like she's actually talking about this, I actually like what she's coming out with. I don't think like she'll like squeeze us on the assets that we can actually buy or not. I think those will be the same. I just think there'll be less options for derivatives and leverage in the less sophisticated retail traders category, which I'm perfectly fine. I don't really do derivatives, leverage, or margin anyways. And I don't think anyone should actually leverage 125x on crypto anyways, be you retail investor or millionaires. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.